This is the Red Sox Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, when you look back on Saturday night from San Diego and Petco Park, you may deem it as one of the most frustrating losses of the season for the Red Sox. They revert back to some bad things that they did earlier in the season, striking out way too many times and not advancing the runner in extra innings when they're on the road. Padres, after the Red Sox tied it in the ninth inning, walk it off in the 10th inning. And with that, we welcome you in to our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and national show host, ESPN Radio, Satellite Radio, here to remind you that the Red Sox, over the course of their franchise history, well, they've had 6 American League Rookie of the Year award winners. Again, that's during franchise history, including Carlton Fisk way back in 1972. Our Locked On Red Sox Postcast brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off on your first purchase. We are providing reaction every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Our Locked On Red Sox Postcast also available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you download your podcasts. On our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast, we're going to talk about Roman Anthony delivering in the ninth inning. We're going to talk about the Padres bullpen being as advertised and the Red Sox doing nothing at the plate from the 5th inning on, except striking out an awful lot. And then David Hamilton, you're our at-bat of the night, as you did not get the job done, leading things off, and you fail to move the runner along. That was brutal, and I'll talk more on that in just a few minutes. Lucas Giolito was taken off the hook, was in line for the loss, but Roman Anthony delivering in the ninth inning. I do, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but rough start at Wrigley, rough start at Philadelphia, 2 starts out of the break, 2 back-to-back great starts against the Twins and Astros, but Saturday just did not have it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Giolito walks 4 straight batters, all with 2 outs. And with that, the Padres able to tie it up and chase him from the ball game in the 5th inning. Walked Ramon Laureano to bring in the go-ahead run. That was 4-3. And as the Red Sox came to the plate in the 6th inning, strikeouts, 7th inning, 8th inning, 9th inning, and Giolito, again, taken off the hook. 4 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs allowed, 5 hits, walked 6, including 4 straight with 2 outs, the last 2 forcing in runners and chasing him from the game in that 5th inning. And then the bullpen, Matz and Hicks, and then Chapman. You got to tip your cap to Steven Matz, inning and 2/3 scoreless. Yes, Jordan Hicks makes you nervous as hell, but he comes in 1-run deficit, inning and 2/3, struck out 2, walked 1 through 31 pitches. And again, he makes you want to chew on your fingernails. He makes you want to sort of just stand up and watch the game as you're waiting for him to sort of implode. Didn't do it. And then Roman Anthony delivers against Robert Suarez in the top of the 9th inning. Cedar Rafaela reaches, and he scores on the double as Rafaela picks up a stolen base and then scores on the double, ground rule double to left center field, and Roman Anthony just takes great swings. Now, earlier in the game, I was a little frustrated with him, and that's because Anthony against Morejon in the 7th inning had the count in his favor, 3-0. Morejon came back, worked a full count, then Anthony struck out in that 7th inning. But the Red Sox hitters, you want to talk about a numbers of the night? 5th inning on, the Red Sox struck out 15 times, 13 of those strikeouts from the 5th inning on. And again, Padres bullpen, we know it's outstanding. Michael King, in case you didn't know it, Rochester, New York native, according to his baseball reference page, but they say he's a Rhode Island native. Grew up, graduated high school from Rhode Island, went to Boston College, so a New England guy. They're always going to play those ties in there. Went 2 innings, first start since May. Got a little anything with the thoracic outlet and the thoracic outlet syndrome. Again, it's a little pinched nerve, but that could at this point, I think Matt Harvey and a couple of other pitchers in recent years, it's almost career ending. If you have to have that procedure, and he didn't, he's able to pitch this year, but they're going to need him. But Peralta, 2 innings, gave up a run, struck out 1. Jeremiah Estrada, I love, and he got it going. 2 perfect innings and 5 strikeouts. Morihone, 2/3 of an inning, 2 strikeouts. Mason Miller, inning and a third, 3 strikeouts. Robert Suarez, blown save, I think his 5th of the year, gave up the RBI double in the 9th inning. You tie that game at 4, and it felt like they were down 7-3, 8-3, as the bullpen just went through the Red Sox lineup, hot knife through butter. But they tie it in the 9th inning as the rookie comes through, 4-4 ball game. You can't get him in the 9th inning. And then David Hamilton, I said it, at bat of the night. Nesson reference, Lou Merloni. This isn't new. David Hamilton can't get a bunt down. Lou Merloni said it. With 2 strikes, he tries to bunt again, pops it up, foul territory, he's out, strikeout. And just brutal. And they even talked about it. Dave O'Brien and Lou Merloni of, you think this guy's been bunting his entire life. You're not trying to bunt for a base hit in that situation. You can't be moving your feet in the batter's box. You square around. If it's a ball, you take the pitch. The guy, honestly, I don't know where we're going to be at the comments coming up in the second segment. I dare say there's going to be at least 1 or 2. David Hamilton, bye-bye. Okay? I've called for it before, and I don't want to call for it because, again, he's got terrific speed. Well, you've got to be able to do the other things too. And more often than not this year, whether it's defense at second base or it's just not hitting with inconsistent at-bats, don't care. You're not getting the job done. In that 10th inning, you've got to move Trevor Story from second base. He never moved. And after Anthony's double, geez, you think, get the guy in. Get the go-ahead run in against Suarez. I mean, you had King on the ropes early on in this game. You left a ton of runners on base. And after Anthony comes through, tie game, Bregman on base, couple of doubles and a single early on base 4 times, but he pops out to the second baseman. Duran walked intentionally, Story struck out. And then Hamilton, as I said, bunting with 2 strikes. And Alex Cora probably just said, you know what, either you get it done or you don't. And it's almost, not that he was trying to embarrass him, but that's your job there. In the 10th inning. Maybe a saving grace in this one is they used just about every reliever, every decent and every quality and every terrific reliever they had. Miller, I don't know that can come back on Sunday. Morihone, just 2/3 of an inning through 14 pitches. Estrada threw 27 pitches over 2 scoreless and 2 perfect innings. So I don't know these guys are all going to be available, but they're going to go for the series win just like the Red Sox on Sunday. I don't know who's available. Adam threw 9 pitches and getting through that top of the 10th inning and leaving Story in scoring position. You tie it up with Roman Anthony and you can't get the job done with your big hitters, that's what you're paid for. It's great to hit home runs early on in the game. It's great to hit home runs that extend leads, but you needed Bregman or Story to come through in that top of the 9th inning. And then they did not come through at all in the top of the 10th inning. And also, while I'm at it, and then I'm going to hit a break here and get to you, Lou Merloni said it. 8th inning, Hamilton enters the game. Yoshida leadoff base hit. Hamilton steals second base. The oven mitt. I'm tired of seeing base runners. And Hamilton, what do we say? One of the fastest guys in the big leagues. I'm tired of base runners oversliding on headfirst slides into second base. Somehow, some way, figure out a way. And the left field camera angle as he sort of pushed out towards right field, that's great to elude the tag and everything. Catchers are throwing more into the running lane to the first base side of the second base bag so they can get that tag on the backside, whether at the belt buckle or below, the waist or even the hamstring area, the calf area, or the back of the cleat. And runners are diverting from the straight-on path to the base. Hamilton overruns the base, and Bogaerts is there, and I think you could have made a case that, he kind of pushed him off the base. But that oven mitt comes off by less than an inch. Review, he's out. Too many base runners are sliding over the bag. Remember a few years ago, and I don't see it as often anymore, but there was a trend where outfielders were coming up throwing on a ball hit to the outfield, maybe even right at them. They were leaving their feet and diving to the ground. That was all for show. There was nothing to, you throw through the ball. Willie Abreu recent days has done a terrific job coming through the ball, coming in on the ball. He did it tonight. I mean, the defense, Rafael again at second base, making a great play to his left, diving stop. This one's kind of brutal because you tie in the ninth inning. Too many strikeouts, can't get the job done with the go-ahead run at second, in the ninth inning, less than 2 outs, and can't do anything in the 10th inning. And the numbers are just updated with the Red Sox of how ugly it is in extra innings. 7-11 now in extra innings, 1-8. I believe I got that right. 1-8 on the road. I know I have that one right. But geez, I mean, the extra innings and the way this team has done certain things throughout the course of this season, they kind of revert back to it, and you don't want to see that. You really don't. 7-11 in extra innings, 1-8, 6-3 at home, and now 1-8 on the road. You're walked off for the 11th time this year. Again, a frustrating loss because you could have clinched this series. You had King on the ropes earlier. You could have extended what you got in terms of an early 1-0 lead. Didn't do it. And their bullpen, it's outstanding. There's no doubt about it. Glad you're with us Saturday night. We're talking about a one-run loss. We're talking about a walk-off loss for the Red Sox. The series now even, a game apiece. Bayo ceased the pitching matchup. The rubber game in the 3-game set coming up on Sunday. Bayo needs to continue. He can't have a bump in the road the way Giolito did on Saturday night. And our Locked On Red Sox postcast on this Saturday night is presented by Game Time. Have you ever decided, I'm sure you have, maybe last minute, maybe day off, you want to head to the ballpark with friends and family, friends and or family. Maybe it's game day and suddenly you realize, hey, I do want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. The easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time is able to make that possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch. And they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and the lowest price guaranteed. That does take the worry out of buying tickets. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming Red Sox series at Fenway. Next homestand against the Marlins and 2 against the Orioles. Tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best seat available? Game Time zones pick the best seats in your section for you. Seat views right in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you're going to be sitting at Fenway. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football prediction and your predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up. It's underway. College football is not that far behind. Perfect time to lock in your season-long, more or less picks for the 25 football season, all before week 1 kicks off. Whether you've got your eye on a big-name quarterback or maybe a running back that's going to have a breakout season, Prize Picks makes it easy to get into the game. Maybe you're eyeing a few season-long picks. Josh Allen, 27.5 or 27.5, 27.5 touchdowns or more. Feels like a solid shot to me. With Prize Picks, you're going to love how they make it so simple. You can get the lineup in before your coffee finishes brewing in the morning. Preseason picks help you get a feel for how the year is going to go or how it could go. It's like a fun warm-up for the full season, for the regular season. The flex pay option is a total game changer. Even when one of your picks misses, you're still able to double up on your money. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 off in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, to the comments we go. Red Sox, a tough loss. Series even 1-1. You've got Bayo on the mound. And I finished up Locked On Red Sox postcast Friday night saying, hey, you feel good about the next 2 games. Giolito, I hope there's no injury in there. But he walked 6, didn't have great command. Lou Merloni on a couple of occasions saying the fastball was down in terms of velocity just a little bit. And he's a guy who 94, 95, if he's down 92, 93, hey, San Diego's got a good lineup. I mean, they got professional hitters there. I mean, you've got even Tatis in a little bit of a slump. You've got Machado. You've got Luis Ariz, who always seems to collect 2 or 3 hits in a game. And how about Xander Bogaerts touching up Lucas Giolito for a home run as well. His first ever hit against the Red Sox. And he had a good night. He did. And the Padres won it 5-4. Laureano, RBI single in the bottom half of the 10th inning. Bogaerts also scoring the winning run. And Lou Merloni was playing strategy a little bit. As Laureano's up there, they walked O'Hearn intentionally in front of him, first and second situation. And Lou Merloni saying, hey, maybe Laureano's going to try to drop down a bunt here. You've got such an advantage. Visiting team doesn't score in the top of the inning and extra innings. I mean, you don't have to do a heck of a lot. And Laureano did not wait around against Garrett Whitlock. He went up there, ground ball through the left side, base hit. Bogaerts scores from second, ball game over. Who is our leadoff hitter? It is Logan. I mean, at least we tied it, but here's our problem. Way too many strikeouts once again. Yeah, kind of reverting back. And all of a sudden it happened. Because from the 5th inning on, against the relievers, you just too many. Emily checking in. Look, I don't mind losing, but I can't stand losing when the only reason we are in that situation is walks. If they outplay us, so be it. Yeah, Emily, I agree 100%. Way too many walks. And not taking advantage of a couple of pitchers you had on the ropes early on in the game as well. It's not just, the runners in scoring position, but it's when you left them on. 3 for 14, you leave 11 runners on base. You had opportunities early on in this game. You get the run in the first inning, and you're feeling good. You have the lead to start for the second straight game. But you had King sort of on the ropes in that second inning. Yoshida, base hit, thrown out at the plate. And then Anthony struck out on a 3-2 pitch. They leave 3 runners on base. And then they can't add on. Bregman had the double in the first, a double in the third inning as well. Then he got caught up between home and third. You really just don't want Alex Bregman running as full steam is for him right now at all, because you're nervous about him possibly, again, dealing with that quad injury. But again, 2 doubles in his first at-bats, on base 4 times, but couldn't get it done late. Andrew the GOAT. Goodbye, Hamilton. Andrew the GOAT, agree to agree. Yeah, I'm out of words. And maybe it was even in that 5th inning. Alex Cora thought Giolito gave him a chance to get out of it. That burned him. A walk to O'Hearn forces in a run. A walk to Laureano forces in a second run. They're in front. Then Matz came in, got the final out, left the bases loaded. Maybe if you had given Matz the previous hitter and gotten him in there with 3 straight walks, and then I kind of think there's a parallel. Maybe Alex Cora, if I have a negative against him, is the fact that he's loyal. And David Hamilton, if David Hamilton goes to another organization and hurts you over the next 5 years, okay. But right now he's hurting you by being on the roster, and he's not producing enough. And again, a guy, first pitch, you square around and you're trying to bunt for a base hit, okay. But you don't get the bunt down and you foul it off and you're asked to get the bunt down and move that runner to third, you're up there sacrificing yourself. It's in the title. It's not bunting for a base hit anymore. It's bunting to move that runner to third less than 2 outs. It's called winning baseball. It's called fundamental baseball. And the Red Sox have been doing those things. Not necessarily getting the bunt down, but getting the runner over. Didn't do that. Didn't do it. Andrew the GOAT again. Bad loss by the Red Sox tonight. And not only that, come on, Red Sox. Learn how to move the runner over. Are you kidding me? Again, Andrew the GOAT, you're usually, we know, Andrew, you're usually glass half empty. But right there, those 2 comments, 100% right. Absolutely. Emily, we held them for the most part. Had the Giolito walks not happen, we wouldn't have had needed overtime, extra innings. We could have just gotten the lead back. Yeah, you're accurate there. Agree. Ben, hard to watch Hamilton there. Looked more concerned with bunting for a hit than getting the bunt down at all. Yeah, and that can't be. Not in that situation. Not at all. Emily, yeah. And when you're doing that bad at it, don't bunt when you're down 2 strikes. You're obviously not the one. Tonight was beyond stressful. Yeah, 2 strikes. Again, I think, there are managers who say, hey, get it down. Because in that situation, is he really going to pull 97, 98 and move the runner along that way? No, he's probably going to be behind the fastball and hit it to the left side anyway. And again, we talked earlier, at one point about Alcala and pitching in what was, I think, an 8-1 game. And then you had to go to the bullpen. And then he gets DFA'd. That was the big moment in the game. That's my at-bat of the game. Hamilton not getting the job done in that 10th inning. Emily, yeah, the runners were left on base. Was sickening. The game shouldn't have been this close. Yeah. Scroll down here. Red Sox diehard. Words kind of express how frustrated I am with this loss. I think you could put this top 6, top 7, maybe top 5. Because you've got to come through in those opportunities. I said it against good pitchers. They give you an opportunity. You got to make the most of it because you're not going to have a lot of them. Just one of those nights, Red Sox diehard. Yes, indeed. George, can't bunt and too many walks. Yeah, and too many strikeouts. Can't put the ball in play. George, can't steal a base either. Hamilton is a liability. Man, you're a big leaguer. You got to take it on the chin because you can't get caught stealing there. You've got to, tired of guys. It's the same things. We're over sliding the second base bag. And the second baseman or shortstop, whoever takes a throw, keep the tag on. Steven Matz, did great. He did. And so did Hicks. You have to give Hicks. He came in 1-run deficit. Andrew, the goat to Emily. What a stupid game by the Red Sox. Yes. George, Hicks can be like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, box of chocolates. And you got the good. Jordan Hicks. He kept it a 1-run deficit. Gave you that opportunity in the 9th inning. Roman Anthony delivered. Emily, the walks, leaving runners on base. Bonehead bunting. Jesus, Jesus. Bunting with 2 strikes when you're making it happen baffles me. He's more concerned with getting to first. Yeah, and the job is to get that bunt down and move the runner along. Speed didn't help all day. No, Hamilton's speed did not help. Brian, the Romy pinch hit was ? Yeah, you want that to come through too, don't you? Romy Gonzalez popped out in the 8th inning after Hamilton, bunting with 2 strikes. Then Abreu, walk, Rafaela, ground out, ball game over against Jason Adam. I'm curious to see how the Padres and Mike Shildt run the bullpen on Sunday in the finale with the rubber game of the 3-game set. Red Sox diehard. Felt like the Sox were falling back into old habits. Already touched on that, and I agree 100%. But it's baseball and can't win them all. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Narvaez is projected to be back Monday. Yes, that from Mike. And Alex Cora said it. And that's a good sign. You live with Connor Wong, Alex Cora before the game saying, hey, he's really done a lot better this year defensively, and he's the backup catcher at this point. You need his defense behind the plate. And he's given you a little something here recently, the 3-run double. First hit of the season with men in extra scoring position, that coming on Friday night. Who we wrapping with here? George White. Wong's bunt attempt also was awful effort. Thanks to Anthony, though, picking up SETI. Yeah, and again, big leaguers, get the bunt. That's hand-eye coordination, and it's just staying in there and getting a bunt down. That's watching, bunt. If it's a ball, pull the bat back. These are simple principles of bunting. And a big leaguer can't do it at this point in time? Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Nick's going to be our wrap-up. Nick, missed opportunities, definitely bad, but 4 consecutive walks, unacceptable. Yeah, 4 consecutive walks, ... all with 2 outs by Giolito. After the first, really, somebody should have been up because he was done. He walks 4 straight. All with 2 outs. The last 2, tying run comes in from third. Go-ahead run comes in from third. What's next? Bayo, Cease. The almost, perhaps, maybe Red Sox pitcher at the trade deadline did not happen. Brian Bayo, keep it going. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how Mike Shildt and Alex Cora manage the bullpens. They need length from Cease. Red Sox need length 6, really 7 innings from Brian Bayo. You got Weissert, who did not pitch on Saturday, and you go from there. Tip of our cap to Game Time and Prize Picks as well. And, of course, a tip of the cap to the Royal Rooters. On board with us on our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast. And we'll be on board with you Sunday evening. Final game, 3-game series before the Red Sox head to Houston for 3 against the Houston Astros. That series underway on Monday in Houston, Texas. Red Sox fall, walk-off loss for the 11th time this season on the road. We'll be on board with you within minutes of the final out Sunday, hopefully talking about a Red Sox series victory. They're trying to win their 5th consecutive series, and they'll have Brian Bayo on the mound for the game start. Locked on Red Sox Postcast, you are making it the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked on Sports, your team, your Red Sox, even when they lose in a frustrating fashion in extra innings every day.